Any type of contaminated food could be life-threatening, but there are a number of foods around the world that require extreme care and precision during preparation to avoid causing severe illness or death. Let's take a look at top 10 most dangerous foods in the world. Number 10. Bullfrogs. Namibian bullfrogs are mean. They are big, the size of a house cat, they are vicious, and they are hungry. Oh, and they're poisonous. Their trick is to sit really still under some leaves and stuff. Then, when something tasty wanders by, like say anything that can fit into their enormous mouth and a few other things besides, they pounce. The bottom jaw snaps open, and its huge tongue lashes out to grab dinner and haul it back. Then, some sharp bits on its jaw hook in and keep the frog's prey in its mouth. But while they are good at eating, in Namibia, they are also considered good to eat, but only at the right time. You have to wait until mating season, which is the third rain in that part of Africa. That's when the bullfrog's skin and organs are not producing a toxin called oshikatata, which causes kidney failure. If you are impatient and harvest one of these giant amphibians too early, you can expect a period of excruciatingly painful urination followed by possible death. Number 9. Giant jellyfish. At one time, Japan was treated with Echizen karage, Nomura jellyfish, every 40 years. Recently, however, they have drowned in the thousands every year with these large jellyfish. This is becoming a bit of a problem. These aren't little jellies floating around. These are 6-foot wide, 500-pound monsters. Fishermen are particularly troubled by them because it's next to impossible to drop a net without catching some, and because they are poisonous, they sting any fish also caught in the net, which renders them all inedible. Nobody knows why the Echizen karage have changed their behavior, but there are some theories. It's a pretty sure bet we're to blame, and the world's largest hydroelectric dam, the Three Gorges Dam on the Yangtze River in China, is a likely culprit. If you cook them, you have to cut out the toxic parts and cook them to neutralize any residual poison. Well, you can use them in a variety of foods. The vanilla and jellyfish ice cream is popular, as are a sweet and salty caramel made out of the sugar, starch, syrup, and jellyfish powder, which is produced by boiling jellyfish into a paste and grinding it into tiny particles. This last one was invented by high school students. Number 8. Red kidney beans. Red kidney beans are rich in plant-based protein, fiber, and essential vitamins and minerals. In their raw or undercooked form, they are also rich in phytohemagglutinin, a toxic variety of lectin. Phytohemagglutinin can damage the gut wall and may prevent it from absorbing nutrients properly. Symptoms of poisoning may include diarrhea, abdominal pain, vomiting, and headaches. In fact, according to the U.S. Food and Drug Administration, the FDA, cooking dried red kidney beans for less than 10 minutes at any temperature less than boiling can actually increase the toxicity 5-fold. So, beans are more toxic than if they were consumed raw. Number 7. Elderberries. Elderberries, which are native to Canada and commonly used in jams, pies, wines, teas, syrups, and supplements, are safe to eat if they are fully ripe and properly cooked. However, elderberry leaves, twigs, and seeds contain potentially fatal levels of cyanide-producing glycoside. If elderberries aren't fully ripe or strained properly when they are processed, they can cause nausea, vomiting, and severe diarrhea. Number 6. Rhubarb. Rhubarb, the bright vegetable often found in jams and pies, has a dark side. Its leaves, which should not be used in baking or cooking, contain oxalic acid. Consuming too much oxalic acid can be fatal, though you would have to eat large quantities of rhubarb leaves, approximately 11 pounds, to die from it. However, consuming small amounts in improperly prepared foods can cause a number of uncomfortable symptoms, such as a burning sensation in the mouth and throat, nausea, diarrhea, eye pain, difficulty breathing, and red urine. Number 5. Cassava. Cassava. Several African and South American cultures turn this tuber into a filling mash or dense cake, but only after cooking it very thoroughly. When chewed, the raw cassava releases the enzyme linamurase, which converts a compound into the root into cyanide. Cassava, a tropical root crop similar to taro and yam, is often used to make pudding, tapioca, juice, cakes, and chips, but its leaves and roots can produce deadly cyanide. To prevent poisoning, cassava must be properly cooked before canning, eating, or serving. Number 4. Hakarel. Hakarel, a traditional Icelandic dish, is a Greenland shark meat that is cured and hung to dry for between 3 and 5 months. This process is necessary to neutralize the high levels of urea and trimethylamine oxide in the shark's flesh. Greenland sharks don't have a urinary tract, so waste and toxins are filtered through its skin and flesh. For the shark, this mixture of compounds acts as a natural antifreeze, which protects it from the frigid Arctic waters, but the chemicals are so concentrated that just a few bites of uncured fresh meat are enough to cause symptoms of extreme intoxication in people. Intestinal distress, neurological effects, convulsions, and even death can occur if eaten in large enough quantities. Number 3. Sanakji. Sanakji, a Korean dish, is live baby octopus tentacles that are cut into pieces, seasoned, and served immediately. Culinary daredevils eat the tentacles while they are still writhing on the plate, which is a very dangerous game. Sanakji is a raw octopus dish meant to be eaten while it's still squirming. The danger here is that despite the sushi chef killing the octopus before serving it, nerve activity allows it to still wriggle, meaning that their suction cups could attach to your throat as you swallow. According to Food and Wine, 6 people die every year on average from choking on it. Suction pads on the tentacles maintain suction even after the tentacles are severed, so diners must chew the tentacles before they stick to the roof of the mouth. If they don't, the tentacles can stick to the mouth and throat and cause the customer to choke to death. According to Food and Wine, 6 people choke and die from eating or attempting to eat Sanakji each year. Number 2. Ackee fruit. Ackee, the national fruit of Jamaica, is a delicious but dangerous treat. Unripe ackee contains a poison called hypoglycin, so the fruit must be fully ripe and allowed to open naturally on the tree in order to be safely eaten. Seams on the outside of the fruit will split wide open when the fruit is ready to be picked. The ackee is a popular Jamaican fruit that is not allowed to enter the United States because it's highly dangerous. When the fruit turns red, it's ripe. But when it's yellow, it's teeming with toxic levels of hypoglycin A, which, when consumed, could result in vomiting, hypoglycemia, or even death. Number 1. Fugu. The pufferfish or blowfish is called fugu in Japan, which means river pig. But you don't get bacon from this pig. Instead, you get dead. The fugu contains high quantities of tetrodotoxin, a powerful neurotoxin used to defend against predators in the wild and exact revenge on humans after the fish is dead. Said to be 1,200 times more deadly than cyanide, a pinhead worth of tetrodotoxin is all it takes to excuse you from the dinner table forever. When properly prepared by a trained and skilled chef, it can be safe to eat. But if during its preparation, any of the tetrodotoxin-laced flesh is left, that's probably your last meal. You particularly want to make sure the liver and ovaries are gone. They're especially toxic. Improperly prepared fugu kills about 100 people a year, as 60% of those exposed to it die. A proper sushi chef is supposed to taste the fish before serving it to make sure it was done right, but you know exactly what is happening right up to the point where the neurotoxin stops your heart and lungs from functioning, and anywhere from 20 minutes to a day after eating it, you die. It's the lungs that will get you first. You will asphyxiate, and unless you get some immediate respiratory treatment, you will die. Oh yes, you will definitely die because there isn't any antidote. So, that was all about the top 10 most dangerous foods in the world. Please let us know in the comments, what do you think about them? Which one is your favorite? Please subscribe to the Health Awareness. Thanks for watching and have a nice day.